1060 YouTube channel as well. Producer Evan, it was opening day yesterday. I saw the comments. I saw the questioning of load management that was going on in the YouTube chat yesterday, that I'm not able, I'm a has-been, I'm a veteran, I can't work 5 days in a row. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. All right? So I don't want to hear your load management claims on social media like I saw yesterday during the show.
Yeah, people were getting on you.
Well, and trust me, I saw. I was peeping in. I was checking in on the program, making sure everything was going well on opening day. And I saw that the moment I'm not around, everybody thinks that I'm not here. What happens? Everybody's ready to come after Chris. Everybody's ready to say, oh, this guy.
Hey, listen, I don't want to say it was the normal suspects.
No, I know. I saw who it was. I saw who it was that was making some
But it's our troller who says I give him unwarranted shots.
Yeah, right. And then proceeds to wait till I'm gone and take an unprompted shot at me. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I saw it. But we're back, closing up a week. Boy, a lot to do today here on the show. We've got a big Suns game over the weekend that we'll get you ready for. We've got to continue to talk about how Ty Simpson and the Cardinals, it's the gift that keeps on giving. This is a story that won't go away. But we will start with the Diamondback season. It got underway last night, and, well, it didn't go very well.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
An 8-2 loss on opening day, against the two-time defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. I wanted to throw up in the nearest trash can when Will Ferrell was driving out Miguel Rojas and Freddie Freeman with the 2 World Series trophies. I wanted to take my remote, throw it through the television screen. I didn't, because then I knew it was going to be difficult to watch the game. The Diamondbacks fell on opening night 8-2 to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I know where you all want to start. You all want to start with the 8 that was given up to the Dodgers. You all want to start with Zach Gallen and the 5th inning. I'm sure many of you want to get on the bullpen. Although there was one notable bullpen arm that looked pretty good yesterday. I want to make sure we talk about him as well. But I maybe want to start in a different place, Producer Evan, than most today. Because I want to talk about the offense. This team, as it is currently designed, the flaws that they have, because let's put all of our cards on the table. I picked the Diamondbacks to make the 3rd wild card spot in the National League. I think they are good enough to be that 3rd wild card team in the National League. I think they have enough offense. I think they're going to be able to stay relevant enough to get important players back, to have meaningful contributions in the second half of the season. But I am the first person to admit this is a flawed baseball team. This is not the Dodgers. This is not the Cubs. This is not the Mets. This is not the Blue Jays, the Yankees, these teams that feel like they are very complete organizations. I'm aware the Diamondbacks have a bullpen that is shaky. I'm aware that the Diamondbacks have a rotation that is not healthy and has some cause for concern. I'm aware of all of those flaws. But despite all of that, it doesn't matter. The Diamondbacks are not going to win a lot of baseball games where they score only 2 runs. It's not going to happen. The offense is going to have to drive the boat. And I'm not overreacting to one game. It's the defending champs on the other side. It's a guy who's probably going to win the Cy Young this year in Yamamoto. It's a tough matchup. It's a tough draw to start the season. But you're just not going to win that way. You are not going to win showing up to the ballpark and saying, hey, Zach Allen, you got to give us 7-8 scoreless, and we're going to win the game 2-1. Hey, bullpen, you're going to have to get 12 outs and throw up all zeros. We know they're not going to be able to do that. They're going to get good to solid starting pitching. The bullpen is going to be an adventure, but the offense is going to have to carry it. And the offense last night did not carry outside of a Geraldo Perdomo home run. Outside of jumping all over Yamamoto early, getting those 2 runs, handing Zach Gallen a 2-0 lead, and you're thinking to yourself, oh boy, are we actually going to steal this one? Other than that, it was a whole lot of nothing. I think the Dodgers ended up retiring 18 of the last 19 batters that they faced last night. That's not going to get it done. I'm sorry, but we talk about the core 4. You can't have 3 hits from those 4 guys. Not going to win that way. And again, I'm not getting on them. I don't want to criticize them in game 1, but everybody wants to talk about how it was Zach Gallen in the 5th inning. The bullpen gave up runs late. I want to start with, you're not going to win when you score 2 runs. This team, the way it is designed, they're not going to win a lot of baseball games when they all they can come up with is one mistake that Yamamoto makes that they turn into 2 runs. Now, yeah, you tip your cap. It's a great pitcher on the other side. It's going to be hard to do a whole lot against this team, but just know they're not going to win a lot of games when the top 3 of their lineup are 3 for 12. It's just not going to happen. Or 3 for 16, excuse me. And Marte and Moreno were a combined 0 for 8. It's not going to win.
Yeah, we talk about the core 4. Like, 2 runs will never be enough, not with how this roster is constructed. I think you go back to the 3rd inning, right? They have 2-1. You get the Ketel Marte lines into a double play with 1 out. And at that point, you're like, because that felt like the moment you break open the game. If you get that past Freeman, listen, he's one of the best in the world for a reason. And at that point, you're still fine. You go up 2-0, and you just never really got that next big hit, right? And then that Dodgers bullpen that, I'm sorry, was terrible last year. These are the same people that were terrible last year in the regular season. Blake Trinan comes in. He gives up the 1 hit. He strikes out Lawler in that inning. They have Tanner Scott come in who gets the 9th inning. Like 3 innings from the Dodgers bullpen, you mustered up 1 hit.
Yeah, it's just offensively they need to do more. And yeah, Zach Gallen needs to not give it up there in the 5th inning because let's face it, those first 4 innings he was cruising.
But even in the 5th, right? He was cruising and then runs into the trouble in the 5th. And we are going to talk about it, but Juan Murillo does a really nice job of getting out of that jam.
You're gosh darn right he does.
He does a really nice job of getting 2 flyouts. And by the way, it was a really nice play by Carlos Santana. If they have a 30-year-old first baseman, maybe you get to the bag.
I honestly don't know.
If he gets to the ball.
Right, I don't know if another first baseman gets to that ball.
Yeah, and then,
by the way, you saw it last night, the defense at the corners that the Diamondbacks are going to have this season.
Yeah, it's going to be well better than what it was last year. But even in that moment, like it was a weak Will Smith, it was a weakly hit ball. It wasn't hit that hard. Santana made a nice play, and you limit the damage to 4 there. You walk out of the 5th inning, given where you were at, and I think you saw, okay, we limited the damage, and then you go shut down in the 6th, shut down in the 7th, and then it was just, you knew that D-backs bullpen wasn't going to hold that lead to 2.
Well, after the 5th inning, the only hit you had was a Nolan Arenado single.
That was it.
That's all you were able to muster.
It's just, it wasn't enough.
No, they're going to need more. But I think you saw the defense that you're going to get this season. I mean, how many plays are Santana and Arenado going to steal for you? It's going to be a lot. If those 2 guys stay healthy, they're going to steal so many free outs. And they're just going to steal outs for you. And you saw it immediately, the difference that, I mean, Jordan Lawler stole an extra base hit out in left field. Speaking of him, I was encouraged that first at bat of the season, he gets Yamamoto for a ground rule double. That's encouraging. Doesn't have to worry again this year about when his first hit's going to come. He got that out of the way. But yes, Zach Gallen, 5th inning, a bit of a disaster. Bullpen, yep. But they had the 1 inning that went sideways.
A little bit of a disaster, but I think there's good out of the bullpen. I thought you saw a lot from Juan Murillo. You got a clean inning from Thompson. And then Andrew Hoffman came in and gave you, 1 2/3.
Right, you're looking at one guy.
Gave up hit.
You're looking at one guy.
You're looking at, yeah.
You're looking at Clark.
And that's it. Outside of that, the bullpen was actually okay.
And remember who you're facing.
5 innings and you gave up 4 runs. I get it.
But remember who you're facing.
You're playing the Dodgers, and it's all in 1 inning, and a lot of it comes on the Will Smith homer. And that was all she wrote from that point on.
Yeah, and again, the offense wasn't very good last night. They really got shut down by that Dodgers bullpen, and Yamamoto kind of settled in after the Perdomo homer. I mean, his last inning of work, he went 1, 2, 3 with the top of the Diamondbacks order. So you didn't have your best offensively. Gallen was good until he wasn't. That's a all too familiar story for the Diamondbacks. And again, those first 4 innings, he was in cruise control. Pitch count was low, was filling up the strike zone, was really just kind of letting the Dodgers put the ball in play, trusting the defense behind him. And you can't blame him because the defense behind him was great.
I was going to say, and it does feel as if there's a comfortability from these guys now.
As there should be. I mean, you got a Gold Glover at third base who's going to basically be a vacuum and sweep up every play.
It is by the way, it is absurd. He's still this good defensively at his age.
He's incredible.
He's incredible.
I mean,
he's a walk-in Hall of Famer. He's incredible.
The one play that he made that he kind of like flicked the glove like he was a hockey goalie, and he just made it look so effortless. I mean,
it was absurd.
You saw why people are picking that. You saw the little glimpses of why people think the Diamondbacks, myself included, can make the postseason. Because they're going to get those types of defensive games. Because Zach Allen, through the first 4 innings, looked like he was in cruise control against a really good lineup. And you wonder if he's got that against a not Dodgers lineup, is he going deeper into that game? The bullpen, yes, you had one real blow-up spot. But other than that, it wasn't as bad as maybe we thought. Now, I don't know if we need to have this conversation. I don't consider that a meltdown. That doesn't go on the mountain.
No, because...
I mean, it's a bad outing. But I would not describe it as meltdown mountain worthy.
You have to have a lead, I think.
Or it's got to be a
tie game.
Tie game, a close game.
At 4-2, by the time you had gotten to the 7th, I don't know about you, but that lead felt insurmountable.
Well, because of the quality of the at-bats.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were, you watch some of the other teams yesterday, and by the way, the Diamondbacks offense is not going to be bad this year, right? Like, this is a blip on the radar against a very good staff. But they weren't working counts, really. And, Blake Trinan had him completely off balance. Ooh, I don't even know what Blake Trinan posted last year, but it was probably north of a 6. He
was also hurt last year, too, for a little bit. I mean, Klein and Scott combined in their 2 innings of work through 17 pitches.
Yeah. You weren't seeing,
Trinan through 15. I mean, he didn't see a whole lot. Yamamoto got through 6 at 95.
You saw 32 pitches at the last 3 innings of the game, right? And at one of those, you were down 2.
Yeah, and so it was, 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position, so we didn't get a ton of opportunities there. It was just it was a bad night offensively. Again, I don't think they're going to win many baseball games when the top 4 of the lineup have 3 hits combined. I just don't see a world where they're going to get all of the offense from the bottom part of the lineup and win consistently. Maybe every once in a while they'll be able to win that way, but they are not going to win that way moving forward. Now, I can feel myself sounding like I'm overreacting to last night. Last night changes nothing about how I feel about this team, but it is our first chance to see them. And I think everyone was going to overreact to the first game of the year. Everyone's going to overreact to them playing the Dodgers because that's the team that you're chasing. But let's face it, you're not. You're not. You're chasing the second or third best teams in the National League East. You're chasing the second or third best teams in the National League Central. You're trying to stay in front of the Giants, the Padres. That's who you're trying to stay in front of. And I'm sorry, last night doesn't change how I feel. And I honestly, you should be encouraged by the way Hoffman pitched. You should be encouraged by the way Murillo pitched. I also think it's notable, troubling spot. The guy that Torrey goes to is Murillo.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting to see.
That's the guy he trusts.
I think that is also a spot 2 on, nobody out. I feel like I need a strikeout. That's the guy I'm going to go to get that in that spot.
And
and he didn't get the strikeout, but he, giving up 1, nobody out, runners on first and second. You feel pretty good.
Our good friend Brian, continues to talk about how they all have all right-handed relievers. I didn't think that got him into trouble last night.
I don't either. I don't think there was a spot for a situational lefty last night. Even in the 7th.
I mean,
I didn't think that was because of lefty righty. A right-hander took you deep for the 2 runs.
Right. And Murillo comes in, he gets Tucker to line out, and he walks Freddie Freeman. So lefty didn't kill you there. And the ball that gets hit for the 4th run is an infield hit by a righty.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think not having a lefty did you wrong.
That was not the problem last night.
But we did not get our answer of who the closer of the team was.
No. I don't know if we will.
Well, maybe tonight. Maybe at some point in this series with the Dodgers.
Ryne Nelson versus Tommy Sheehan.
We are going to discuss Ryne Nelson, and we'll preview that game in hour number 2 of the program. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to caution against overreacting to one game, but yeah, I mean, listen, it sucks to lose to the Dodgers. It sucks to see all that pomp and circumstance, and you can't just ruin it. And yeah, you hit the home run off of Perdomo. You probably puffed your chest out a little bit last night. You're like, yeah, here come the Diamondbacks. We're going to show you. And then, very quickly.
As soon as Perdomo hit the home run, I'm watching that in March Madness, and a little bit, you're like, Maybe they got some magic tonight.
You're like, oh, maybe they
got some juice tonight.
And they've played well in Dodger Stadium.
They really have.
Or we're not. What's it now?
Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
Thank you. Okay. So
by the way, how about that sign?
Oh, it's
massive in center field.
Yeah, that thing's huge. That thing is massive. So a disappointing start to the season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Luckily, unlike basically everybody else in baseball, they don't have an off day. They play again tonight. Everybody who played yesterday is basically off today. Diamondbacks.
How do they do that?
You know what? It's a great question. I don't actually know the answer.
I'm assuming your team is off tonight as well.
My team is not playing today, yes. Now, I would assume it's because you're playing a 3-game series. And so you want
to get the weekend.
You want it to end on Sunday.
But then why make opening day
a Thursday? But opening day has kind of always been a Thursday. So is that just kind of the traditionalist
of putting it Thursday?
We start on Thursday, and so this is how we're going to do it. I don't know. It bothers me that the first baseball game today isn't until after the show. Like there should be a baseball game on right now.
10:30 game.
Right, I should be watching, Tigers Royals right now at 10:30. I should have it on the tablet right now, but I don't need the tablet today because we don't have any games right
now. Yeah, that's tough.
Diamondbacks back in action tonight. We'll preview Ryne Nelson making his season debut a little bit later on here in the program. You want to hang out with us today? A couple ways for you to do so. The phone number, 480-864-1060. We'd love to hear your overreactions to the start of the baseball season for the Arizona Diamondbacks last night. You can also chat away with us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, the invites, they're going out in the mail. Everybody is invited to the Ty Simpson party. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. I made a lot of poor decisions in my past that had lifelong consequences. After I was released from prison for the last time in 2014, I discovered the process to have my convictions dismissed and all of my rights restored, including my Second Amendment rights. Since achieving this for myself in 2018, our attorney has assisted over 3,000 others in doing the same. If you are still living under the consequences of past mistakes and would like to restore your rights as I have, visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com and book a free consultation today.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ringo Starr and his all-star band. With friends, Steve Lukather from Toto. From Men at Work, Colin Hay. From Average White Band, Hamish Stewart. Friday, June 12th at 7:30 p.m., Gamage Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Danny Zalesko Presents.
Before Arizona heat turns unbearable, get your AC ready with Ace Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether you need an AC tune-up, fast repair, or a new energy-efficient system, Ace helps keep your home cool, comfortable, and efficient all summer long. Beat the rush. Call Ace today at 602-536-4475 for free estimates and expert service. That's 602-536-4475. Or visit us online at acehomeaz.com. Acing Arizona's comfort needs since '94.
If you've been disappointed by underachieving savings, a high-yield certificate from America First can be a fantastic way to help your money start doing more. Whether you're planning for an upcoming expense or just want to save smarter and earn bigger, America First's flexible certificates are an outstanding way to grow your cash. So don't wait to get your money working. Head to AmericaFirst.com and open a high-yield certificate today. Membership eligibility terms, conditions, and change apply. Fees could reduce account earnings. Federally insured by NCUA.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. I really hope Tom Brady gets the help that he needs because clearly he has a problem. Listen, I'm no substance abuse counselor, but I don't need to be one to know an addiction when I see one, and this dude is an addict, a straight junkie. Brady is addicted to Brady. He can't quit himself. Addicted to all things him. Addicted to getting people to look at him and talk about him. Yeah, I know this is not exactly breaking news, but it's getting worse by the day. And this part of it is breaking news. Brady says he explored the possibility of coming out of retirement and returning to the NFL, but that the league didn't, quote, like that idea very much, end of quote. Yeah, because being a broadcaster and an owner was not enough of a conflict of interest. Let's try to be a broadcaster, owner, and active player. I'd say if you're jonesing that hard to ball, just keep slinging it with the other flag footballers. But then again, he knows there are no eyeballs on that. I only hope this guy gets the help that he needs because he is on the craziest bender ever, the bender of me. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly.
Need new wiper blades but not sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your vehicle and even install your new wiper blades for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades so you can see better in any weather. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROME. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROME on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's going to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, a 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
Well, Iowa's Cinderella story will continue there, Rooster, with their win last night over Nebraska.
How about that?
They're into the Elite Eight. They'll take on Illinois, who beat Houston last night. It was also a good night for Purdue. It was a good night for U of A. I turned that game off very early in the second half. Moved on with my evening. Producer Evan didn't even turn his microphone on. He just looked at me and just pushed his hands forward. He was just like, who needs them? Well, it's nothing to do with that. But yeah, some more college basketball action tonight. You have Duke and St. John's kicking things off. We got Michigan State, UConn as well. We've also got Tennessee and Iowa State, Michigan and Alabama. So 4 really good matchups tonight in college basketball. But getting back to the football of it all, the NFL draft just around the corner. Actually, it's ASU Pro Day today down there in Tempe. I'm seeing some videos out there on social media of Pro Day for ASU. Mike Vrabel in attendance at ASU Pro Day.
I wonder for who. Actually,
it could be for all 3 guys that we think could go in the early part of the draft.
Yeah, all 3 fit their roster needs. Which they have for a team that's coming off a Super Bowl, ton of roster needs.
Super Bowl appearance, please.
Yeah.
Super Bowl appearance.
For a team that's coming off an AFC title.
There you go. That's better. Yeah, they could use Jordan Tyson.
They could use Maxi Honichor.
They could use Maxi Honichor. Yeah. Both of those guys would make sense for them.
Yeah. They got holes.
So ASU Pro Day going on right now. It was Alabama Pro Day earlier this week. And boy, I don't think you can go more than 5 minutes without finding a mock draft right now that has the Arizona Cardinals in some way, shape, or form taking Ty Simpson. Because how about this? There are 2 mock drafts on NFL.com right now, producer Evan. You go to NFL.com right now. Let's do this exercise together. I want you to go to NFL.com right now. And in the sidebar, with all their top stories, you're going to see 2 different mock drafts, or at least you should, because this morning when I went there, you saw 2. You saw
Mike Band, 2026 mock draft 1.0.
And do you see Charles Davis's 3.0 mock draft as well?
Let me see. I just clicked that story, and we got Charles Davis's 3.0 mock draft.
2 different mock drafts from 2 different writers over at NFL.com. Charles Davis, he's got the Cardinals taking Ty Simpson number 3 overall. Now, before you start throwing a fit on social media at Charles Davis, he wrote in his little blurb that he did the same thing last year with Jackson Dart to the Giants, And he's very aware that the Cardinals may not take him at number 3, but since that's their only first-round pick right now, that's what he's going to predict, that they end up with Ty Simpson. But he is not saying affirmatively that, yes, they should take him, they will take him at number 3 overall. But then you have Mike Band's 2026 mock draft, also on NFL.com. And it has them trading with Buffalo. That's been a popular mock trade in the back part of the first round. And taking Ty Simpson at pick number 26. Let's just buckle up, everybody. We are in full-blown chaos mode with what the Cardinals are going to do in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft. You just got to buckle up. This is not going anywhere. Ty Simpson is going to hover over everything Arizona Cardinals for the next month until the first round gets completed. And Ty Simpson is either a Cardinal or not a Cardinal. This is going to dominate the conversation.
This is the conversation
about the Cardinals draft plans. How serious are they about exploring this? Because it's one thing for people who do mock drafts to predict it or to throw it out there as a hypothetical. We don't know what Monty thinks about Ty Simpson. We don't know what Mike LaFleur thinks about Ty Simpson.
LaFleur.
We don't know. We don't know how this organization feels. We do know that there's been a link to Ty Simpson back in the middle of the regular season for the Cardinals. I think it was Josh Weinfuss in an ESPN story. It was a throwaway line of how the Cardinals like Ty Simpson. That was before they changed coaches. That was before they ultimately ended up with the number 3 overall pick. But how about this? I read this story this morning from Jeff Howe over at The Athletic. He wrote this yesterday. It was about Ty Simpson's pro day. And the title of the story is, his pro day in the books, Ty Simpson remains the NFL draft's biggest mystery. Now, there are a couple of quotes from here that I really want to point out to you because you just see them and you go, how is this falling this way for the Arizona Cardinals? So I'm going to ask everybody a question. And I know many of you have already shared your feelings on Ty Simpson on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Anytime we bring up Ty, it feels like I've lit a firework and I'm just backing away and just waiting for it to explode. Would you take Brock Purdy? Would you take Bo Nix as the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals? When I say those two names, when I say Brock Purdy and when I say Bo Nix, what does that do for you? What does that make you feel? Because I'm going to read to you a quote from Jeff Howe's story on The Athletic. Quote, most evaluators agree Brock Purdy is the closest comparison to Simpson's playing style, though Bo Nix has also come up, end quote. Two very different quarterbacks in terms of where they were drafted. Brock Purdy, the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. Bo Nix, a first-round quarterback. I actually kind of like the Bo Nix comparison a little bit more because I think it's more apples to apples to where he would end up, that being Ty Simpson drafted. And I don't think Bo Nix was viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in that draft class. I don't think he was viewed as somebody that should have gone that high in the draft, but Denver loved him and they took him. Could that be the case for the Arizona Cardinals? And then there was this, and this just felt like, and when I read this quote to you, producer Evan, I wonder if you're going to have the same feeling. But when I read this quote as part of the story, it just felt like, man, this was put in here as just a direct kind of message to the Arizona Cardinals and their fans. Quote, he could be tremendous in a Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan West Coast offense because of his processing, footwork, and decision-making, end quote. If only the Arizona Cardinals just brought in a head coach whose offensive background is in the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan West Coast offense. If only they had a coach whose offensive scheme fits exactly what Ty Simpson may be good at. And that's why this isn't going anywhere, everybody. You have a coach in Mike LaFleur who, when he first got an OC job in New York, came off the Kyle Shanahan tree. And then now that he's got this job as the head coach of the Cardinals, he's coming off of a multi-year run running the offense in LA with Sean McVay. I mean, it doesn't, that sentence, we can rephrase that sentence as he could be tremendous in Mike LaFleur's offense for the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, you can't draw up a better match than Ty Simpson and what he does well with the Arizona Cardinals. Yet, I think there's legitimate concerns about a 6'1", 211-pound quarterback, the injuries that he's had, the 15 career starts. There's not a good track record of quarterbacks with that limited of a sample size getting drafted in the first round and having success. But that quote about the West Coast offense is why this isn't going to go away. It is that quote. It is that quote why the Arizona Cardinals are going to be linked to Ty Simpson until Ty Simpson is drafted by another team. It's not going anywhere. It's the soup du jour. Everybody's giving you a mock draft right now, and what they're giving you is Ty Simpson to the Arizona Cardinals. So buckle up. You can cover your ears. You can close your eyes. You can try to ignore it. You can't. This is the conversation about the Arizona Cardinals. Would I do it? I have some trepidation about drafting Ty Simpson in the first round. I don't have as much trepidation taking him at number 34, where I can let him fall to me and I don't have to trade. I don't have to worry about the pressures of a first-round quarterback. So I wouldn't do it at 3. I wouldn't do it as a trade back into the first round. I wouldn't do it for all of the reasons of the value, of the limited sample size, of the size concerns. I wouldn't do it for all of that. But he would be, and I'm going to use the word that the Athletic story used, tremendous fit in a Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay offensive scheme. If only there was a team that was probably going to run a scheme that was almost identical to what Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay run next season, and that team needed a quarterback. That's why this isn't going in. This isn't going anywhere. That's why this is going to dominate the Cardinals draft conversation for the next couple of weeks. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Michael, I'm sick of hearing his name already. See, you mentioned Ty Simpson. This is what happens. Brian says Ty Simpson might be a poor man's Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is a poor man's Brock Purdy. But the problem with that comparison there, Brian, is both of those quarterbacks are in San Francisco operating a system that we know Mike LaFleur is going to want to run.
Yeah, Brock Purdy went to a Super Bowl.
And so
I think you would do a lot to have Brock Purdy.
And that's why Ty Simpson is so enthralling to many people. And that's why he may be enthralling to the Cardinals, because he may be the perfect quarterback for their system, warts and all. And that's why you just can't ignore it. When we come back, what questions do the Cardinals still have to answer this offseason? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Your weekend of college baseball starts right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils as they open up their series against West Virginia. Coach Willie Bloomquist is looking to start this series on the right foot with a win at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus West Virginia this Friday night. Pregame at 6:15 p.m. and first pitch at 6:35 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Florence and the Machine presents the Everybody Scream Tour. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Saturday, May 9th. The incomparable Florence and the Machine returns. With special guest, Mannequin Pussy. On sale now at livenation.com. The new album, Everybody Scream, available now.
Everybody Scream. So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Ready to refresh your space for less? At Living Spaces, thoughtful design and direct sourcing keep prices low while quality stays high. With sofas starting at just $295, queen beds from $195, and dining sets from just $295. Updating every room is within reach. Plus, enjoy fast, free shipping as soon as next day. So your new favorites arrive without the wait. Your next piece is waiting only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces. Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show.
I got to tell you, I don't know what happened there.
You didn't push the button. That's what happened there.
No, I pushed the button.
Well, I tried to say back here on the lunch break like 4 times, and then I had to like wave at you to.
I pushed the button.
Listen, it's a Friday. It happens.
You turned it off from your studio.
That's not accurate. That's not. I don't have that type of power.
Yes, you do.
No, the only thing I can do is turn it on
and off.
But the red light was on the whole time, and I was talking.
Your red light was off, clearly.
I don't know if that's. Well, you know what? Let's check the tape. Roll the tape back on the YouTube side of things, and give me a little VAR. Give me a little ABS challenge on that.
I was going to say VAR. I mean, it's baseball season.
I watched a bunch of baseball yesterday in the evening. I had the Diamondbacks on. I watched a little Mariners, Guardians. I watched a little bit late afternoon. I watched the end of the Cardinals game. Watched a lot of baseball yesterday.
Yeah.
And I saw some ABS challenges. It wasn't this like boogeyman that everyone said it was, where it's just going to take over the game.
No, they're warming up to it. Stephen Kwan,
not
allowed to challenge.
Yeah, no, Stephen Kwan. I want us to pass a rule here on the show that we'll keep track of these throughout the course of the season. But if you challenge a strike call as a batter, and you are not just like wrong, like borderline, but you're like wrong egregiously, I think as a manager, you should take that person aside and say, you're never allowed to use the ABS system again. Stephen Kwan in the third inning of a game last night with 1 out and nobody on.
Two outs, nobody
he
on.
was the second out.
Oh, okay.
So with 1 out, nobody on, he struck out looking. He challenged the pitch. The entire ball was in the strike zone. Not just a sliver. The entire ball was in the strike zone. I'm sorry, you get your privileges taken away.
It wasn't even close.
Like, one, I don't think we should be challenging that in general in the third inning. But if you're going to challenge that early, boy, we got to be better than that.
It wasn't even close.
It can't be that egregious. Getting back to what I originally wanted to talk about here to open up this segment. It's a great story over on SI, the Cardinals SI page, that listed out the 3 biggest questions the Cardinals still haven't answered in free agency. This is by Donnie Druin over on the Cardinals Sports Illustrated site. And I don't actually want to get into the minutia of the 3 questions, because I think they're 3 really good questions. What's the plan post Kyler Murray? What's the right side of the offensive line look like? And who is rushing the passer opposite of Josh Sweat? I think 3 fair, reasonable questions that we all still have as we're going to flip the calendar next week to April, and it's going to be draft month, right? I don't think anybody would call into the program and say, no, Chris, we've got an answer to one of those 3 questions. So I think Donnie did a great job of pointing out these 3 questions. So I don't want to get into the actual answers to the questions. Here's what I want to bring up. Why are these 3 still the questions that we have going into April? Shouldn't at least one of these questions have been addressed in free agency? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but when we started the offseason, the Cardinals needed to have a post-Kyler Murray plan, right? When the season was over, we all knew. The moment the last day of the regular season came and went, we knew Kyler Murray was gone. It was just a question of, were they going to trade him? Were they going to find some team out there that was willing to take on that money? Were they going to find the sucker at the table? The answer was no. So they cut him outright. They took the dead cap hit. He goes to Minnesota. But we all knew the day the season was over, Kyler Murray was not going to be the quarterback of this team in 2026. So we knew that was the question. We all knew at the end of the regular season, boy, this offensive line needs a major overhaul. How many times, Producer Evan, did I scream into this microphone? Offensive line is actually more important than the quarterback this offseason. Offensive line, 3 new starters. Got to sign 2 in free agency. Got to draft another one. Day after day, we repeated it. That was the thing we thought the Cardinals needed to be aggressive with in free agency. And then we also said, maybe you're not going to be able to do this in free agency, but in the draft, you got to find a young running mate for Josh Sweat. Because that's the way you're going to be able to compete quickly in the NFC West, is getting after the quarterback, and you need more than just Josh Sweat to do it. We had those 3 questions in January. We may, honestly, have had those questions in December. Those may be questions in 2025. Yet here we are. The calendar is about to flip to April. And all 3 of those questions not only remain unanswered, but I would argue I don't know the path out. And that's why there is now so much pressure on this front office, and in particular Monty Ossenfort, to have not just you don't need to just hit a double in the draft. You've got to hit a grand slam.
You got to crush it.
You have to crush next April. You have to crush 3.5 weeks from now. You have to answer all 3 of those questions in a 3-day span. Got to do it. Because these were all questions that we had in January. These are questions we had in February. These are questions that we had in the lead up to free agency, and yet the first wave came and went, and they didn't address any of them. They didn't get a right guard. They didn't get a high floor right tackle. They didn't get Malik Willis. They didn't even get their backup plan in Jimmy Garoppolo. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't remember seeing a rumor about them being linked to an edge rusher.
Not at all. No, I don't remember a single rumor of them linked to an edge rusher at all.
So can they still answer all of these questions with the draft next month? And will they answer all of these questions in the draft next month? A ton of pressure is just lopped onto an organization, a general manager that I think should already be under immense pressure. The worst season in franchise history last year. That's on his resume. Everywhere you look, the Cardinals being viewed as one of the worst teams in the NFL right now, meaning it looks like Monty's going to go back-to-back. It's going to pull a Los Angeles Dodgers on everybody, go back-to-back, and have another worst season in franchise history. Because you couldn't answer questions that we all knew you needed to answer back in January? In December?
It's not like last offseason where I think people were like, wow, they addressed their biggest need, an edge rusher. And while we thought it was a mistake that they didn't do anything offensively, it was like, it's a mistake, but it still may hold up. That's not this.
And again,
that's not this at all.
Getting Josh Sweat or Milton Williams, because remember, that was the other player that they were pursuing, was the worst kept secret in the NFL. Everybody knew the Cardinals need to get better defensively. They got to invest in defense. They're going to make a big splash in free agency. Kind of the same thing in the run-up to this offseason. Yet this offseason, I think I have a drop for this. We went bust up. You didn't do any of it.
Nothing.
That's the problem. And so I appreciate Donnie for asking those three questions, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. But how did we get to where those are still questions as the calendar is about to turn to April? That's the problem that I have with this offseason, is how the clearly identified, addressable problems were just left. We'll just figure it out in the draft. Okay, good luck. Now you got to hit a grand slam next month. Not just a double. You've got to hit a grand slam with your picks next month. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the NBA, they have proposed their anti-tanking measures. Will they actually work? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 800-9-MILLION. 800-9-MILLION. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tickheavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. Featuring Seether. Stained. October 13th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. With special guests, Hoobastank and Hinder. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the America First Credit Union series.
Hey, it's Bodie and Victoria, owners of NewACUnit.com, where homeowners save 50% off or more on new AC units.
You're probably wondering, if I buy a new AC unit online, who's coming to install it?
Or am I about to get upsold once they show up?
Those are fair questions.
At NewACUnit.com, we only use hand-selected, top-rated installers.
And the price you see online, that's the price. No surprises.
Get your price in minutes at NewACUnit.com.
Save thousands, save time, buy online. UACUnit.com.
It's Truck Month at Tim Hobick's Santan Ford. F-150s, Lightnings, Super Duties. Right now, get 0 down, 0% financing for 60 months, and 0 payments for 90 days. That's a brand new Ford truck from Santan Ford with nothing out of pocket. Nobody in Arizona beats Tim Hobick on truck deals. Nobody. We've got the inventory, we've got the financing, and we're moving metal. Truck Month is on, and when they're gone, they're gone. Tim Hobick's Santan Ford in Gilbert or santanford.com. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Cookout 400 at Martinsville Speedway.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag is flying. Here's Kyle Busch. He'll get the advantage on the outside lane.
Returns to Martinsville, Virginia.
Contact. Chastain. Alfredo. Austin Cindric crash and collide.
For a Sunday afternoon showdown at the Paperclip.
He'll make the move. They're crashing behind him. Elliott's in the wall. Checkered flag is out.
It's the Cookout 400.
This Sunday, 11:30 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS AM 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, Chris Schubert, producer Evan, KDUS AM 1060. And I just want to warn everybody that you may need a pen and a piece of paper for this. The NBA has presented their 3 anti-tanking concepts. to the Board of Governors. They did so on Wednesday as part of their meetings. We learned today what these concepts are to change the lottery process and to hopefully stop the tanking that we're seeing in the NBA. So 3 proposals. You're going to need a pen, a piece of paper, and maybe the patented lunch break calculator for this one. Okay? I'm going to do my best to try to explain these. Proposal number 1. 18 teams in the lottery. The bottom 10 that missed the playoffs completely, and the 8 play-in teams.
Hate it.
4 in each conference.
Even if they make playoffs.
If you are a play-in tournament team, you are a part of the lottery. The bottom 10 teams, the teams that are not participating in the postseason, would each get an 8% chance of moving up in the lottery. So an equal 8% chance across the board. The remaining 20%, so 8 times 10 is the 80. We've got 20% of the odds left over, will be split among the 8 play-in teams in descending order, 11 through 18. Now, the interesting wrinkle here is all 18 spots get drawn as a part of this 4-pack. So it's not just like the top 3 like it is now. It is all 18 spots. That's proposal number 1. Flatten the odds across the board. You give it to the teams that are out of the postseason, and you give it to the 8 teams that are in the play-in, but 2 that immediately go home and the 2 that usually are going to be first-round exits. Okay? Second proposal, 22 teams. The bottom 10 that miss the play-in tournament, the 8 that qualify for it, and the 4 playoff teams that lose in the first round will all be included in the lottery. They will be ranked according to their record across 2 seasons. So they're weighing teams across 2 years. That's how the odds are determined. Now, reading from the ESPN story, under that system, teams would need to reach a minimum win total floor. That is so that teams don't purposefully lose games. The example that the ESPN story gave, quote, for example, if the minimum floor for an individual season was 20 wins, a team that went 14-68 would be 20-62 for lottery purposes. And if a team wins 40 games one season and 20 games the next season, it would go in as 30 wins for the lottery. And in this proposal, the top 4 spots would be drawn as part of the lottery, which is how it currently is. Then you got proposal number 3, the 5x5 method as it is being described. 18 teams, the bottom 10 and the 8 play-in tournament teams, those teams are in. Those teams are in the lottery. The teams with the 5 worst records would all have the same odds descending from there, and there would be a lottery drawing for each of the top 5 picks in the draft. After those 5 picks are selected, there's another lottery for the remaining 13 teams. And if any of the teams that were the bottom 5, one of the 5 worst records, if they didn't land one of the top 5 spots, the lowest that they could fall would be 10th. So meaning that they can't fall too far down the board. A lot of confusion there in those 3 proposals.
Ton of confusion. I think I like the first the most.
Sure, but does that actually fix it?
No. Again, if they want to fix it, just remove the lottery itself.
I don't think that would fix it the way you think it would, but okay.
Well, you don't see tanking in the NFL.
No, because unlike basketball, one player out of the 22 starters that you're going to have can't dramatically, unless it's a quarterback, change your fortunes. Where in the NBA, there's 5 guys on the floor. 1 of 5, 20% chance. If I get a superstar, it could change everything. It's a little different in football because of how many players play. And guys don't play both ways, right? In basketball, those 5 guys are playing both ends of the floor. It's a little different. Your ability to impact the game is different in the NBA because rosters are smaller.
You have more to do.
You have more control.
But
I think Code's point is accurate. None of this eliminates tanking. It just moves the focus of the tanking from where it is now. Yeah. It kind of feels like we're shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic.
You're just going to have more teams. Like, let's look at it. If you look at the standings, Golden State, they're a little bit of a different situation. But in the East, like Miami, I guess the argument is you look at the East, right? You have the Sixers, the Magic, and the Hornets and the Heat all within one game in the play-in. They're 9.5 games up from Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's, at this point, just playing to play. They're not going to catch any of those teams.
I think and
they'll have the same odds as the Pacers.
The proponents of Proposal 1 will tell you, you are flattening the odds across the board for the worst teams in the NBA. So you're making it to where losing the most games possible to get the best odds doesn't do anything for me because I'm going to have the same odds across the board. And you're also incentivizing that if I am, let's say, let's refer to the bottom 10 as teams 1 through 10, and then we'll refer to the lottery teams as 11 through 18, right? If I'm team 9 or 10, there is somewhat of an incentive to be like, hey, even if I make the play-in tournament, I'm going to still get better odds than the teams that make the playoffs. So if I'm kind of a borderline team, I may try to make the play-in tournament. I decrease my odds, but maybe I go on a run. I get the playoff revenue. You kind of incentivize those borderline teams to not completely tear it down in the second half of seasons. Now, again, I don't know if this actually fixes the inherent problem.
I don't think it does.
I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not doing the second one where I have to keep track of wins and they've got to hit a floor and it's 2 seasons. That is way too complicated for me. Way too complicated.
The 2 seasons thing, I don't like either.
Hour number 1 of the program in the books. We got buy or sell to kick off hour number 2 next. The lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit TalkNowAZ.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crowes, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be, loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour, The Black Crowes, Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Come see us at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
Right now, receive 1.9% financing for up to 60 months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like the brand new 2026 Mazda CX-50.
The name to remember, Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
It's the lunch break. Hour number 2 here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. Wrapping up the week here. You know what they say? Nothing like the post-opening day on a Friday edition of Buy or Sell. Nothing better.
They've always said.
Right. They've always said that.
Always.
Nothing better than the post-opening day Friday edition of a Buy or Sell.
Do you want me to start with my non-baseball one?
Yeah, let's go with the obscure one, the non-baseball one first here.
Okay. The Suns' 7-seed chances will come down to the last 2 games.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this in the next segment. The phrase that the word that I'm using to describe it, the play-in's getting a little spicy.
Spicy.
It's a little spicy there in the Western Conference play-in. They're all locked in. It's those 4 teams. It's just what order they're going to be in. And the Suns have 9 games to go. Their next game tomorrow night against Utah. Spicy. I don't think it's going to come down to the last day. So I'm going to sell the take, but it is getting a little spicy. The Suns are going to have to bring their A game tomorrow. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to play. I think what we had originally said a couple weeks back was, take it easy a little if you're the Suns. It feels like you have the 7 seed locked up.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that anymore.
That's over. That conversation is gone. You feel less confident in Zach Gallen after his first start last night.
No, sell.
I had to ask you.
No, but sell. I mean, what did you expect last night to look like? You knew who they were facing.
I did. I got to tell you, I didn't expect it to be Pajes.
Okay, but let me ask you this. And I know this is hard to do. Hold on. I know this is going to be hard to do. Did you, when you turned on Peacock yesterday to watch that game? By the way, I thought the broadcast was excellent.
Tremendous. I thought it was great.
I know people were upset that it was Kershaw and Oral Hershiser on the broadcast.
Don't care.
I thought they were both fine.
I thought Kershaw was really interesting, breaking down specifically the Lawler at bat in the 7th. And he's like, hey, you have a young player here. He's going to see a lot of off speed and try to throw him 3 straight sweepers.
When you turned on the broadcast, did you think Zach Gallen was going to throw up 4 straight zeros to start the game? Did you have that on your bingo card?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So
I think there's a fair point to be said here, though, on the other side of it is let's go to the 5th, and let's look at it, right? Like, I think he let this snowball. Single, homer, single, walk. Like, the minute we saw trouble.
Yeah.
And you let that snowball, it's the same stuff. You have to be able to pitch out of the stretch, and we're doing this again. It's the same stuff. I've seen this movie before.
Would you feel better if it was Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Tucker that did it to him? No, you're going to feel the same.
No, I would feel the same. I agree. That doesn't really matter. I feel worse that he gave up 4 straight hits and then a walk.
It's the Dodgers, man. They're really good.
I get it.
They're really good.
I get it. And I know that. But
I picked Zach Gallen to win the Diamondback Cy Young. I think he's going to be the best pitcher that they have all year.
But it is the same.
Last night didn't change that for me.
My concern is it's the same stuff we've seen. Like, that was what bit him last year.
Okay.
The minute he runs into trouble, it becomes really bad.
Right.
Snowball.
And you're choosing to focus on
that specific
how it ended.
Yes.
I think by doing that, you're ignoring how it started.
He threw 4 great innings. And I wouldn't argue that he was cruising.
I'm going to use your word, cruising against the best team in baseball.
And then ran into a little trouble and it snowballed.
He was great until he wasn't. That's what we said in the open. So I'm with you that the way the 5th inning went is a problem, and it is a continuation of what has been a problem for Zach Gallen in the past. But that doesn't mean you can't ignore what he did in the first 4 innings. You just can't do it.
I agree, but it's the same. Like, I guess my point is, I've seen that movie before, and it's like I know he could give me 4 straight innings. It's working through the 5th, the 6th. You're not going to go through starts where he's going to get 7 straight innings with no trouble. Unless there's 7 great innings with no trouble, unless you're awesome and you have your stuff. I can't have 4 great innings of Zach Allen, then give up 3, and I have to pull him.
Okay.
This team can't sustain that.
Give me the take again.
I feel less confident in Zach Allen after last night's.
Why? Why would you feel less confident if, in your words, it's the same thing I've seen? That wasn't new last night. That wasn't something we've never seen before. We have seen over the course of a season Zach Allen have starts like that. And then we've also seen him be able to bounce back and have dominant starts for through 7 innings. He's working out of trouble or he's avoiding trouble altogether. Last night wasn't what happened to Paul Skeens yesterday, or what happened to Logan Webb in the opener for him against the Yankees, where uncharacteristically they just had a bad night. Unfortunately, last night's kind of a characteristic of Zach Allen over the last couple of years. So my confidence level
in him doesn't change.
Doesn't change. You kind of have to expect this. Now, if this happened against the White Sox, if this happened against the Pirates, if this happened against the Rockies, if this happened against one of the worst teams in baseball, then yes, be very concerned that he can't get through 5 innings. It's the Dodgers, man. They're playing a different game than everybody else. It's a different lineup than everybody else.
My biggest fear is you can't have him get you 4. This team can't sustain that.
Right, but your offense also can't just score 2 runs.
2 runs. No, 100%. We stressed that in the open.
Zach Allen tends to be a scapegoat at times. And I'm just
Zach Allen has nothing to. Yeah, he gave up 4 runs and wasn't able to get. He is little to blame about how they actually lost the game last night. You didn't have a hit past the 5th inning. You had 1 hit.
1 hit. Last 18 of the last 19 batters got retired. That's the problem.
That's the problem. He is not to blame for last night's loss.
Because let's also talk about the psyche of a starter,
but
right?
I do
you know
think
who you're facing. You're facing the Dodgers. You only have a 2-0 lead. You basically have to pitch perfectly.
Yeah, it feels like that. And I don't blame him for thinking that. But I guess my point is I needed more innings last night.
Absolutely 100% agree.
And I needed him to just battle through. It's like, okay, I gave up 3. I'm in a 1-run game. Let's go get some outs here. And you just couldn't get out of that inning. He let that thing snowball again. And again, it's like, I just need him to be better than that.
I am not disagreeing with you that if the Diamondbacks are going to have a good year, he needs to have way more starts where he's able to get through that. The reason why I am not willing to say I'm wavering in my belief in Zach Allen. It's the first start of the year. It's against the Dodgers. And the first 4 innings weren't just like, oh, he was getting out of trouble and throwing up zeros. No, he was dominating that lineup. So
yeah, he was.
If his next start's like that, if his first 5 starts are like that, okay, now you've got a problem.
If he gives up 4 runs in 4 innings against Cleveland, I'm concerned.
I watched that Cleveland team a little bit last night. I'm not concerned about the bottom part of their lineup.
No.
So if he struggles against Cleveland, now I'm willing to have a conversation of this is a problem.
Yeah.
But one start, the Dodgers, after he's pitching well through the first 4 innings, let's let the season breathe a little bit. We're 1 game in. Let's get a larger sample size here.
These are all overreactions. You're going to hate all of them.
Of course.
Juan Murillo is Torrey's most trusted arm out of the bullpen right now.
It's a great day to be a member of the Juan Murillo fan club. The most trusted? I don't know about that.
Biggest spot last night. Who did he turn to?
He turned to Murillo, and I think Murillo did a good job. No, I won't. I'll sell that he's the most trusted, because if he was the most trusted, he would be the closer, right? He wouldn't be the first guy out of the pen. I do think last night showed the trust level that Torrey has in him, that he thought with runners on, this is the right guy to get me out of this. Because here's the other thing too, right? Because they have all righties, there isn't a matchup game that you're playing. You're going to, who do I think is best in this moment, in this specific situation? And he thought it was Juan Murillo. So I think that is showing some level of trust. But no, the most trusted? No, I won't go that far. But hey, as somebody who is a believer in Juan Murillo, and my bold prediction was he gets 10 saves this season, feeling pretty good after that first outing.
Perdomo will finish top 5 in MVP voting.
mean, he was certainly their best hitter last night. He hit the home run, crushed an upper half of the zone fastball. Just
it was a great swing.
Hit that thing to the moon.
Hated that camera angle.
I don't think I noticed it in real time.
We were like, when Perdomo hit the home run, the camera was behind it. Like you saw it from the ump's view.
Well, if you're the director,
problem
you
is,
don't know that's what's
no,
going to
you
happen.
don't. You don't. But the problem with doing the ump cam is the ump is moving.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a headache.
Yeah. I'll buy that he'll be a top 5 MVP guy again this year. Yeah.
All right, are you ready? Now we're getting into non-Diamondbacks takes.
Baseball related?
Correct.
Okay.
Trout will hit 40 homers.
Yeah, okay, so Mike Trout hit a home run yesterday. The Angels beat...
No. Mike Trout hit one over the train tracks in Houston yesterday.
He did. He crushed one yesterday.
They won 3-0.
They beat the Astros 3-0, which, if you're an Angels fan, you're very encouraged by the pitching staff throwing up a bunch of zeros against Houston. I'm sorry, what was the take?
Mike Trout hit 40 homers.
No, he will not hit 40 home runs.
Oh, lame.
No. Impressive start to the year. Good to see him healthy.
Could the Angels be pesky at all?
What define pesky?
Could they win 75-plus games?
Probably. They can probably be that level of pesky, yes.
I think that's pesky.
I don't think they will, but
a
can they?
75-win team is pesky.
I think they could do it. The pitching over 162 is just
it's
questionable.
It's a problem. Like, could they be last year's A's?
I don't think they're that strong offensively, no.
Okay. The A's were pesky.
I think pitching-wise, the two are very similar. But if you asked me...
that lineup, you're not... Yeah,
right.
Certainly.
By the way, I haven't seen any A's baseball yet.
Well, they haven't played.
That's what I'm saying. I'm eagerly awaiting A's baseball.
I mean, you and I love A's baseball.
Oh, you and I are big believers
in AL West
after dark.
I was really upset that Astros-Angels game wasn't late.
No, that was AL West midday, and I was like, what is this?
What is this? And then you were like, what am I going to do tonight? And then you realize last game of the day in Seattle. That's what I love to see.
Like tonight we don't have AL West after dark.
I really think they're trying to do that.
What, AL West after dark?
I think they're trying to be the last game.
Well, so over
how much viewership do you think they get after, like, the D-backs Dodgers? Like, the D-backs typically start home games at what, 6:40?
Usually, yeah.
All the AL West games start at 7:15, and I'm telling you, they're doing that on purpose.
Can I tell you, I'm rolling through the schedule.
No.
Oh boy.
Don't tell me.
We've got a long way to go before AL West after dark.
Yeah, like, here you go. No, not that.
No.
How about Saturday?
No. What?
Mariners Guardians.
That's not full. That's not
AL West on AL West.
Right. You
need Mariners A's.
Right. That's partial AL West after dark. The problem is
we've got
a long way to go. The Dodgers are the last game most of the days right now.
Oh man,
this
nervous.
is tough. I'm deep. Oh, here we go. 6:40.
Yeah, Stros at Mariners.
No.
Not even the last game of the day.
6:40. Friday, April 3rd. Next Friday, 6:40. It's the second to last game of the schedule. At the same time as Braves Diamondbacks. Astros A's, baby.
That's
in Sacramento. You want some AL West after dark? You got it.
You tune into that one. You're gonna.
Oh no, even better. Saturday, April 4th, 6:38. Mariners Angels. Oh yeah,
that's good.
Inject it.
That's good. I'm getting nervous though. Those are 6:40 starts.
Oh, those are late. You break out the snacks. Those are a little
early.
Oh, those are
for
great.
The AL West after dark.
Those are great.
Looks like the Giants are trying to be the NL West after dark.
I'll eat it up. Eat it up like it's a Thanksgiving meal.
That's really upsetting. Roman Anthony will finish top 3 in AL MVP voting.
What do you have? 3 hits yesterday?
Yeah, that or 4.
He was 3 for his first 3. That I do remember. I don't know if he picked up a hit
Roman
later.
Anthony.
It was good. They picked up a 3-0 win on opening day. Garrett Crochet was great. Chapman closed the door down against his
Andrew
team.
Abbott was really good as well.
Yeah, the Reds just couldn't score any runs.
Yeah. Anthony, 3 for 4 with a walk, and he struck out once. He was also
So
one.
you said top 3?
Yeah.
In MVP?
Yeah.
Aaron Judge still playing baseball,
Yeah,
right?
Bobby Witt Jr. and then Roman Anthony.
Bobby Witt Jr. also playing baseball, right?
Correct, but
Mike Trout going to hit 40 home runs.
Well, he's
so, I mean, we don't got a lot of room.
Mike Trout's going to hit 40. Roman will hit like a good 32.
Yordan Alvarez still playing in the American League, right?
Well, for what, 60 games this year again?
I will sell that Roman Anthony is top 3 in the NBA.
A lame.
Top 5 maybe, but top 3.
Lame. Roman Anthony is going to hit 30 homers this year. Drive in 100 runs. Actually, he probably won't because he's batting leadoff. And then he's going to maybe steal 25 bags. This guy's unbelievable.
He's a good player, yeah.
He's an unbelievable player.
You just said top 3 in MVP.
Yes. Freddie Peralta will post an above 3.5 ERA.
You're just trolling me here.
Yes.
How about you ask that about Paul Skeens?
Well, I was going to, but then it wouldn't be as funny if I asked you about Freddie Peralta instead.
I thought Freddie pitched okay yesterday.
Brandon Lau's Achilles heel.
Yeah, just every time you see Brandon Lau, you should just throw up the floor. Just put him on first, apparently. By the way, the Pirates have a very cool home run celebration.
Yeah.
They have a steel mill workers mask.
And apparently it is an employee.
No, it's a legitimate mask from a steel mill. And the front or the eye slots there's like a visor that you can lift up. And so they keep it down. But then when they get in front of the camera, they flip it up and you can see their eyes. It's actually pretty cool.
It is. And apparently it was donated to them by a guy who worked 20 plus years in a Pittsburgh steel mill.
So a legitimate Pittsburgh steel mill mask that they're embodying. You want to talk about pesky? I think the Pirates are going to be pesky. I worry.
I said that in the morning meeting, and you just shrugged me off.
The offense, is
if Brandon Lau hits 2 home runs every day.
Right, but the offense is concerning after the first 4 or 5 batters in their lineup. They need Connor
Griffin. They
Griffin.
scored 7 runs yesterday.
They need Connor Griffin. Yeah, okay. They had a guy hit a home run with an expected batting average of a .03.
Did the ball go over the fence?
It did go over the fence. One of the 14 ballparks where it would have gone over the fence.
Oh my gosh! Did you see in the Phillies game? The announcer for the Schwarber hit a 2-run home run, right? His second batter for the Phillies season. And you've watched a lot of games in Cincinnati Park, like that left field area. You can sneak one over the fence. You totally can.
Yep.
And so the announcer was like, what a cheapie for Schwarber, was kind of getting on him. And then 40 seconds later, the color commentator came in and was like, well, actually, that would have been a home run in 26 ballparks, including Globe Life Field. It's like, all right, so maybe that wasn't a cheapie.
Yeah, when you hit a home run that's only a home run in 14 of 30 and an expected batting average of 0.30.
14's higher than I thought.
Well, the expected batting average was .03.
I guess my thing is, if it's a home run in 14 stadiums, how is the expected average .03?
Well, because of the exit velo and the launch angle, it should be a pop-up. It was very windy yesterday.
Oh, so the wind blew it out.
It kind of carried up there and kind of blew out to
right, over the fence.
To right field. So it was a wall scraper.
It was. That's all I got for you.
There you have it. A baseball edition of Buy or Sell. 480-864-1060. That's the phone number. If you want to join the program here today, you can also chat away with us. The KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, don't look now. The play-in tournament in the Western Conference might be getting a little spicy. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Life can change in an instant. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can feel overwhelming. The pain, the stress, and the uncertainty of what comes next. You don't have to go through it alone. The attorneys at Sweet James understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact an accident can have. They're here to help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to under the law. When you call Sweet James, you're connecting with a team of attorneys experienced in handling serious injury cases. Their work is driven by preparation, advocacy, and a genuine commitment to helping clients seek accountability and justice. Every case is different, and outcomes depend on the specific facts involved. If you've been injured in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James for your free case review. They handle everything for you so you can focus on healing. That's the Sweet James advantage. Help available 24/7. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-9000000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
A night you don't want to miss. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. North America Tour 2026. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. August 27th. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. An epic night of music. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Some flavors just take you to another place. Like the Filet-O-Fish, a crispy fish fillet made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock on melty American cheese topped with tartar sauce, all on a soft steamed bun. It's crispy, flaky perfection. And right now, I can mix and match two favorites, like a Filet-O-Fish or 10-piece chicken McNuggets for just $6. Let's do It's the catch of the day. So get to McDonald's fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. In a sport that never stops talking about loyalty, the silence can be just as telling as the outrage. Will Wade is leaving NC State after a year to head back to LSU. Based on the reaction we've seen and heard so far, when players depart, the move should have stirred up more controversy. Instead, barely a peep, because in today's college game, movement isn't judged equally. When a player goes in the transfer portal, the reaction is often harsh. Questions of loyalty, toughness. Administrators rush to claim tampering. Fans question commitment, and the player becomes villainized. It's not the case with coaches. Wade has every right to make the move. That's not up for debate, but the absence of criticism, especially compared to what players face, is up for debate. It's not about the decision being wrong. It's about how differently the same decision is being received in college athletics. That is, depending on who makes that decision. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. 2 words, prostate exam. Relax. Screening starts with a simple finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or over and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and the next steps. Sponsored by Novartis. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Goodyear tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan. See their Goodyear test results, tire ratings, and reviews. Be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan with you today. Don't look now. The Western Conference play-in tournament getting a little bit spicy. By the way, the Suns, a very lengthy break. They played on Tuesday. Haven't played at all since then. They don't play tonight. They play tomorrow night. Home against Utah.
Yeah, so strange. I was looking at the schedule yesterday.
I mean, if you listen closely, this is where you can hear over on the YouTube side, John saying this is why the NBA doesn't need back-to-backs. You can just hear him say it. Anytime we talk about a lengthy layoff for the Suns, John loves to tee up that comment. This is why the NBA doesn't need back-to-backs. I think it's John who points that out every time we talk about a lengthy day stretch off for the Suns. But played on Tuesday, play again tomorrow night against Utah. And again, don't look now, but all of a sudden the Western Conference play-in tournament has gotten a little bit dramatic. The Suns right now holding on to that 7 seed. We know the 4 teams that will be in the play-in tournament in the Western Conference. It will be some combination of Phoenix, LA, Portland, or Golden State. Those 4 teams in that order, with everybody else being eliminated in the Western Conference. But you have the Suns holding a 3-game lead over LA, who holds the 8 seed, a 3.5-game lead over Portland, who has the 9 seed, and a 5-game lead over Golden State, who's in the 10 spot. Now, here is what is interesting about this. All 3 teams below the Phoenix Suns kind of playing some good basketball right now. The Clippers, they've won 3 in a row. They've won 6 of their last 10, 6-4 in their last 10. Portland, they've won 2 in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10. And Golden State, despite being 3-7 in their last 10, they've won 2 in a row. So you've got all 3 teams behind the Phoenix Suns right now, sporting multiple game winning streaks. 2 of the 3 teams playing really good, solid basketball in their last 10. And you've got the Phoenix Suns, who are 4-6 in their last 10. They've lost 1 in a row. They've lost 6 of their last 7. Not going well as of late for the Phoenix Suns. Schedule's been a little tough. They've been hurt. Now, I don't want to be all dramatic and say that the Suns are in danger of losing the 7 seed. I don't want to go that far. But what I am worried about is the confidence level that the Suns are going to have going into the play-in tournament compared to these other teams. We mentioned all 3 teams riding a winning streak. How about this? How about the Portland Trailblazers having the 3rd easiest schedule in the NBA the rest of the way over the final 9 games of the regular season? How about the Clippers, of the 4 play-in teams, having the next easiest schedule? Golden State, they have the hardest strength of schedule the rest of the way. 498 is the winning percentage of the teams that they're going to face the rest of the way. Again, not worried that the Suns are going to blow the 7 seed, 3-game lead with 9 to go. But I'm more worried about who's going to be carrying that all-important momentum. And more importantly, who's going to be confident going into their play-in tournament games. The Suns sputtering as of late. These other teams ascending. These other teams, especially in the case of Portland and the Clippers, pretty easy schedules here coming up so that they can continue building that confidence, feeling good about the way that they're playing going in to the play-in. Where the Phoenix Suns, they've lost 6 of 7. We're not feeling good about the way that they're playing. Thought they played better against Denver. Thought it was one of their better games. They just didn't have an answer for Jokic, and they came up short. But producer Evan, I hope you're sitting down for this one. Tomorrow might be as close to a must-win game as I say in a regular season. You can't lose to the Utah Jazz at home with 9 games to go in the regular season, and if you want me to think that you're going to be able to make any type of noise in the postseason. Can't lose to Utah.
Complete gotta-have-it game.
Gotta-have-it game. You cannot lose to Utah tomorrow night. At home, Utah's already eliminated. They're trying to tank. They're trying to lose. These are the games that you circle to help you build confidence. You can't lose to Utah. Because the schedule, there's some tough games here. You got to play Houston. You got to play the Lakers. You got to play Oklahoma City. Those are 3 of your final 4 games of the regular season. And so you've got to take advantage against Utah. You got to take advantage at Memphis. You got to take advantage at Charlotte, at Chicago, home against Dallas. You got to win those games. Have to win these games. And you have to win tomorrow night against Utah. You want to build confidence going into the play-in? You want everybody to feel good about, hey, they were hurt, but they got healthy at the end of the season. They righted the ship. They're playing good basketball going into the play-in game against whether it's LA or Portland. It starts with winning games like tomorrow night against Utah. You can't lose those games. You lose those games, how am I supposed to pick you to beat the Clippers or Portland?
You can't.
How am I supposed to pick you to be, what have we said, spunky against the Spurs, if that's who you face?
Just try and steal a game, not get swept.
Maybe try to make them earn it. Make it a grind for them. You want me to pick you to do that? You can't lose to Utah. I don't care how shorthanded you are. I don't care who you have or don't have in the lineup tomorrow night. You're going to have enough in the lineup tomorrow night. You're going to have enough in the lineup tomorrow night to beat Utah. Has to happen. Got to have it. Because while you're injured and not playing well and have lost 6 of the 7 going into the playoffs, right? Everybody else around you kind of peaking right now. You're not. That's cause for concern. You want to change that narrative? You win tomorrow night against Utah. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back tonight, it is Ryne Nelson's turn to try to beat the Dodgers. We'll preview it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Hi, this is Jan from Toyota. You're currently listening to my new meditation guide called Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Take a moment to find a comfortable position. Now soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a rugged new Tacoma. Now, take a deep breath in. Not too deep, because that's patchouli you're smelling. And imagine taking a Corolla Cross to a music festival. Next, picture a bright light ahead. You're hitting the town in a sleek new Camry. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey. That's what you heard, because you're in a farm sanctuary now in a spacious new Grand Highlander. When you're ready, take a final deep breath in and go from dreaming it to driving it today. That's Jan's meditation.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Arizona's biggest name in gaming. Whether it's the brilliantly brand new White Tanks or the always spectacular West Valley right down the street, we've got you covered with the hottest slots and tables, state-of-the-art sports book, dazzling dining like the legendary Morton's The Steakhouse, entertainment, and more. The brand new Desert Diamond White Tanks and Desert Diamond West Valley.
An enterprise of the Donald Automation.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan.
And Gina Bryan.
Owners of Precision Air and Plumbing.
When we talk about precision, we're not just talking about business. We're talking about our name and reputation.
A lot of companies claim they're local, but they're not. They've been bought out, answering to shareholders.
Homes turn into numbers and priorities turn into profits, not customers.
Not here. We'll be here long after the job is done. Make the precision decision. Call 602-FIX-MY-AC.
Make a precision decision with Precision Air.
Your weekend of college baseball starts right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils as they open up their series against West Virginia. Coach Willie Bloomquist is looking to start this series on the right foot with a win at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus West Virginia this Friday night. Pregame at 6:15 p.m. and first pitch at 6:35 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. I love how this music always seems to match up with the baseball.
Are you doing this?
I have no control
Because it's random.
It is 100% random. We put the music in a rotator and it rotates through. And it just so happened that this is the song that came up when because it's a baseball
Yesterday,
field.
it did go into a Suns segment for me.
Okay, so it is random.
But the only day it's been just me is the day it did not go into a baseball segment.
I understand the accusation. I am here to deny the accusation. I have nothing to do with when the music gets played. But
people are going to talk about it.
People are going to talk about it. Speaking of you, your Diamondback Cy Young is on the mound tonight.
He is.
It's a very important start for you tonight.
It is a very important. This would just give me a slight edge over you if I could get 6 innings, 2 runs, maybe a QS next to the name. Feel good.
Yeah, because I didn't get a QS last night.
Yeah,
I didn't. What I got last night was an L.
What you got last night is an L, and I think it's possible I could get an L. But can I get a QS next to the name?
Oh, yeah. You can definitely still get an L, but have a much better start than the one that I got.
Exactly.
Ryne Nelson is one of the more fascinating pieces to this Diamondbacks team for me because everybody, myself included, just loved what you saw from him in the second half last year when he became a full-blown member of the rotation. I mean, this was early on in your tenure here, and we're about to celebrate next week 1 year of you being the producer of the show. But it was early on into that season, like, hey, what are we doing here? Like, Ryne Nelson should just be a part of this rotation. I don't need to see starts from other guys. Like, I'm good. I've seen enough. Ryne Nelson has looked good when he's been making spot starts for Corbin Burns or when he's taken a turn through the rotation for Eduardo Rodriguez. Like, let's go here, right? We all wanted to see it, and he looked good in the second half last year. But my one concern is he's really just a one-pitch pitcher. It's going to get you out with that high fastball. Does he have another pitch to get guys out? And can he throw it consistently? And we just don't know the answer to that question right now. And boy, he's going to need something else tonight to get the Dodgers out than just that fastball. But it is a electric fastball. It's one of the best fastballs you're going to see in the game. He's going to dot it at the top of the zone. He's going to throw it 95 plus, and he's going to generate a ton of swing and miss with it. But can he get outs with something other than that fastball? That has long been my concern with him. It's long been my reason for saying that I think he's going to max out as a number 3, maybe a really good number 2 starter in the majors because the Aces, they've got a ton of different ways to get you out, and I just don't know if Ryne Nelson has that yet.
Yeah, last year he started 3 games against the Dodgers. Started 2 games, pitched in 3. In the first start, he threw 5 innings, registered 2 strikeouts to 1 earned. In the second start, a little bit more rocky. He gave up 3 earned, but did get the 6th inning. So, listen, in his 2 starts against the Dodgers last year, 1 at Dodger Stadium, 1 at home, he posted 2 quality starts.
So he's fared well against this team.
Yes, yeah.
So there's that. He's got the previous history against them. And again, those starts were what, last year?
Those were last year. He did get 1 appearance early in the year in May 10th, where he pitched 2 innings in relief and did not give up a hit. Actually, how about this for you? 2-inning save.
If I remember correctly, wasn't that not the series that also had the 11-10 game?
Yes, it did. It was that the 2-inning save, if I remember right, was like a Thursday night or something like that.
And the Friday was the 11-10 game, right?
Yeah.
I don't have the best memory, but we can look it up.
Yeah.
We can find out when that was.
D-backs.
Once again, Ryne Nelson, R in his name, so just bear with me here as I try to.
I just searched D-backs Dodgers May 10th, 2025.
Because
Diamondbacks 3-0 win here. So this was a Corbin Burns start. He got you 7 innings, 5 hits, no earned, and then you went to Ryne Nelson for the 8th and 9th.
No, the next game was an 8-1 game. Oh no, this Ryne Nelson save was on a Saturday. The night before was the 14-11 game.
Was the 14-11 game.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Okay, I knew it was that same series.
And that was the Ohtani 3-run homer in the 9th.
Well, and that was the 5-run third. It was the Diamondbacks responding with the 4 in the 5th, the 2 in the 8th, and then the 6th
in the 9th. Oh, I was at the win. What is this? A Thursday? I was at the 5-3 Diamondbacks win.
The one
Moreno's
on Thursday.
grand slam.
Yeah. And then the next day was the 14-11 game.
And if I remember right, that was a Yamamoto start they got to him.
Well, this was the game, the 14-11 game. Eduardo Rodriguez just didn't have it. 2 2/3, he was gone. And then they had a bunch of guys that just threw up a bunch of zeros. And then Kevin Ginkel just forgot how to pitch and gave up 5 runs in 1/3 innings pitched. Had a 15 ERA that day. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to do this because it's a new season.
15 ERA.
No. It's a new season. We're going to clean the slate. I
can't do a game like this.
That's got to be number 1 on the Meltdown Mountain from last year, right? Like that has to be. You give up 5 in the 9th.
I just want to be clear. So you gave up 1 to the Dodgers, right? By the way, you come out, you score 3, immediately give them all back. It's 3-3. You give up 5 in the 3rd, you're down 8-3. You think it's over. String together 1 in the 4th, and then it's 8-4. Then tie it up in the 5th. You got an 8-8 game. You go up in the 6th, 9-8. You add 2 more in the 8th to make it 11-8. And then you give up 6 runs in the 9th inning thanks to Kevin Ginkel's wonderful 1/3, 5 innings.
And this all happened.
Or 5 runs.
The games I'm about to share with you all happened within a month. You had the loss to Chicago, the 13.
I'm sorry, that's the meltdown meter.
But hold on.
You scored 10 runs in an inning.
I know, but hold on, because remember, they had the loss, I think it was the 7-6 loss in the Tampa series, which was also a bit of a disaster. It was either that one or the 7-4 loss. And then they had the series against Atlanta at home. That was the game they lost 8-7, in which Eugenio Suarez hit 4 home runs. They blew that game too.
I never saw a team. Last year, this D-backs team would lose games. I'm standing up. I'm frustrated again. I'm actually standing up in my studio. I'm so frustrated.
Go to the wide shot for everybody.
Looking at these games because you gave up 6 in the 9th to the Dodgers. You blew a save against Atlanta in which you hit 4 home runs. You scored 10 runs in the 8th inning of a baseball game.
And remember,
and lost.
And remember, in the days after that was the 11-9 win in Philly, where Shelby Miller blew it in the 9th, but they were able to save it in extras.
They were up like 7-1 in the game. Insane.
I don't know what that has to do with Ryne Nelson.
You blew two saves in Philly.
It was the bullpen last year was a mess. So
all the way saying Ryne Nelson got a 2-inning save against the Dodgers.
Save against the Dodgers.
Last year he threw 13 total innings.
He'll need a little more.
He gave up 4 total runs.
He'll need a little more tonight as he's making his first start of the year. But very excited to see what he has to offer. And again, I'll be looking for those secondaries, right? You know what the fastball is going to be. And if he doesn't have the fastball, it's over.
Good luck.
It's over from jump. But we'll see what he's got in terms of.
But if he does have the fastball.
If he does have the fastball and he has at least one secondary working, he's got a chance to go deep in the game. And the Diamondbacks certainly would love to have that going into the weekend. They would like to get their first win of the season. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it's all the stories we didn't get to. We've got NASCAR picks, an update from the golf world. We'll get to all of those stories next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. online at KTUS1060.com and on the KTUS 1060 app.
Meth and cocaine are dangerous drugs. They don't have to be mixed with fentanyl to be deadly. In Arizona, deaths involving stimulants like meth and cocaine are rising. Both are highly addictive, and there is no medication that can reverse an overdose. Instead of thinking, it can't happen to me or my loved ones, get informed, recognize the warning signs, understand the risks, and know that help is available. Learn more at thenewmeth.com. Sponsored by the Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on.
Monday warrior, mean strike. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Getty Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour. December 1st and 3rd, 2026. Desert Diamond Arena. Tickets are on sale now at rush.com. Legends don't stop. They evolve. Rush.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't given, it's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit JDPower.com/awards.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Back to wrap up today's edition. Another week in the books here on the lunch break. Got the leftovers. All the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. We got to make NASCAR picks. John wants William Byron. So you want to make a note of that, Producer Evan?
Yeah, William Byron for John.
Yeah, that's who he wants.
Okay. What race is this?
We are in Martinsville this week. Martinsville Speedway for the Cookout 400.
Nice. I feel good about this. And I'm going to go with...
Let me guess. I'm going to go with Tyler Reddick.
Nope. Absolutely not.
You're keeping track of this, right? I don't have to write these down today?
Yeah, I'll keep track of him. I'm going to stick with my guy. Give me Ty Gibbs.
Guys going with Ty Gibbs, 11th in the points right now. 3 top 5s this year, 4 top 10s, 1 DNFs, only led 18 laps. Doesn't have a win in 6 starts. That's the guy you're going with. Okay.
He's either due or he's hot. Our guy seems due.
So I've been riding this, going with the guy who's led the most laps.
Yeah, it's not working for him. And who, honestly, who are you to come at my process?
I don't have a win yet this year.
I do.
Give me Kyle Larson this weekend. Kyle Larson wins this Sunday.
Right-hander Shane Baz and the Baltimore Orioles are finalizing a 5-year, $68 million contract extension.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot the Orioles traded for him in the offseason.
Yeah, I forgot he was an Oriole.
Monty Ossenfort at ASU Pro Day, by the way.
Oh.
Video talking with New York Giants general manager Joe Shane.
I don't need him learning from Joe.
Okay. I'm just
I guess, everybody's going to say, well, the Jackson Dart thing, but what else has Joe Shane done?
Got John Harbaugh.
Who kicked him out of the building, essentially.
No.
Joe Shane now works from home.
No,
specifically.
he's at ASU Pro Day.
Yeah, but he's not allowed in the facility.
I think he's at ASU Pro Day because John Harbaugh didn't want to go. He's delegated to him.
I was going to say, that's the most disrespectful,
All right, so we've got our NASCAR picks. You've mentioned the Shane Baz news. Let's talk about Tiger Woods.
Yeah, let's do it.
Involved in a crash.
Yeah, so Tiger Woods today was at 2 p.m. Eastern. So
11 o'clock, right as we went on the air today.
So about 11 o'clock. So we're now 2 hours into what has happened, but was reportedly in a 2-car rollover crash. I'm looking at his car where his car is rolled over to the driver's side. We've no information on his condition to this point.
I saw one tweet that said he was in stable condition.
Okay.
But that was it. I have not seen much.
I have not seen anything on it.
We're supposed to get a county sheriff from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Supposed to speak with reporters at 5 p.m. Eastern. So that's 2 o'clock. It's about an hour from now. But, I mean, this is just, 5 years or so removed?
From the crash in California, right?
Yeah, February 2021, he had the 1-car crash in Southern California. He was trapped in the car. He had surgery to deal with those. And he's had one other surgery related to that back in April of 2023. But that was, a little more than 5 years ago, and he's still dealing with that. And he just competed for the first time this Tuesday
in the TGL.
At the TGL finals. And there was a lot of talk about him playing at the Masters.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he would.
So,
and that
obviously hope he's okay.
You hate to say that's over, but
we just don't know anything about.
I have no information on his status. I don't have anything. I don't know how bad it was. I've seen one report that it was a 2-car incident. I've seen that once. I haven't seen anything since.
Yeah, CNN just posted a story on their website that said it is unclear if Woods was injured in the accident. We just don't know. All we have is the picture of what the car looked like. And before we learned it was a 2-car crash, you're thinking to yourself, again? Because you didn't know that another car was involved. We have no idea what happened. Whether Tiger,
and how the car ends up like it does.
Right, we have no idea how the accident happened, who's at fault, if anybody's at fault, if it's just something that happened. But, my brain immediately went to, again, really? It doesn't feel like 5 years ago that the crash at the Genesis happened.
It feels like
it was 2 years ago.
It feels like yesterday. I remember waking up to that news.
So again, you hope,
because that one happened late night, didn't it?
I think it was the early hours of the morning.
Early morning, late night.
I don't remember. Obviously, thing number one, hope everybody involved is okay. I mean, we'll start there. Hope everybody involved, if it is a 2-car crash, is okay. Then we can talk about the golf, right? We can talk about golf
that
afterwards.
That falls way secondary to everything else.
Let's just hope everybody is okay. But yeah, that's all the information we have right now. That's all we got. What else you got for the leftovers?
NCAA basketball has a big day today. The Sweet 16 continues. And we have 4 games today. It starts with the Johnnies. The St. John's taking on Duke. Duke's a 6.5 point.
I just want to check in with you after saying that, Arkansas would take down U of A since they've got the best player in the country. I just want to check in with you on that after last night.
I didn't know you're a U of A fan, though.
I'm not. You said no shot because Arkansas's got the best player in the country.
I can't be optimistic.
You can be, but they get blown out by 20-plus points.
Yeah. And they're going to get blown out by Purdue.
Here we go. Yep, now it's Purdue. First it was Arkansas, then it was Utah State in the round before then. Now it'll be Purdue. Boy, I was pulling for Texas last night.
I was too.
Texas U of A with Sean Miller.
Sean Miller versus U of A would have been awesome.
Would have been great.
St. John's playing Duke today. Alabama takes on Michigan. Michigan State takes on UConn. And Tennessee plays Iowa State. Iowa State's been really impressive this tournament.
St. John's has been really good. Excited to see that matchup with Duke. Michigan, Alabama should be a good one. I think all the games tonight
Should be good.
Should be really,
Hopefully
really good.
it's not like last night. I mean,
No,
last
no.
night we had
Texas
a
Purdue
great
was
game
fun.
in Texas-Purdue. And Iowa-Nebraska was a good basketball game. The late games
was not
were terrible.
No, yeah, you just turned those off.
Yeah. Houston ended up making it like a 10-point. At some point, I think it was a 7-point game.
The halftime score was 24-22.
At one point, I was watching Arkansas U of A.
24-22.
Which
U
the
of A
score
had
was
50 points, right?
U of A single-handedly outscored Illinois and Houston in the first half.
And then in the second half, Houston couldn't stop Illinois. You want to talk about halftime adjustments?
Illinois scored 41 points in the second half after scoring 24.
I mean, you just got outcoached in the second half.
It was insane. That was a crazy game.
It was wild just how poorly Houston played defensively in the second half.
It
Guys
really
were
was.
just open on the backdoor screen, backdoor cut over and over and over again.
I just couldn't believe it. Felt like Illinois came out and immediately controlled the game. Like it was over from the jump.
In the second half, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston went the first 6 minutes of the second half without knocking down a basket. They didn't have a point.
Yeah, it was really bad. That was the worst I've seen Houston look in a long time.
Kelvin Sampson was on the sideline, just kind of rubbing his head, like, what do I
don't even know what to do. There's only so much you can do. Like if you can't hit a shot that day, what are you supposed to do as a coach? Like so much of it is how you feel, how you shoot.
Enjoy the basketball tonight. Enjoy the basketball over the weekend. Enjoy the baseball tonight and over the weekend. We're back in here on Monday. Jim Rome, he's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. See ya.